Thank you for tuning in to the Zip Mouth Motivation Show.
Hey, Zip Mouth, let's get it. Let's talk to each other. Elevate, divine state. Let's boost each other. Conversate, no my debate. We learning something to stimulate a greater state. Now ain't that something? Got it covered like gravy. A smothered chicken. The intellectual driven by streams and pathways to uplift. Where seeing life different becomes the way of life. Finding your inner peace and shining like beacon through the motivation. Get you moving to go and discover new things. Zip Mouth, the doors wide open. Let's elevate the game. Stimulate the brain with ways to build bridges and live some better days. Motivation is all I'm saying with Zip Mouth.
Thank you for tuning in to the Zip Mouth Motivation Show.
Hey y'all, hey, beautiful people. I feel like it's been a long time, but it really hasn't been a long time. It only been a week. But in my mind, it feels like a long time. How y'all been doing? What's been going on in the world out here? Because this world is crazy. I'm gonna make up my own song, and that's how it's gonna go. This world is crazy. It's a lot going on in this world today, right? It is so much going on in the world today, y'all. So much going on in the world today. So much. But I'm your girl, Demasha K. This show is, well, make sure you tuned into the show on 101.5 Indie Radio, where you can see me, literally see me every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. I think I said 11 p.m. But either way, y'all know I'm here. 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. on 101.5 Indie Radio. Y'all tap into the show. Tap into the show like every week. Tap into the other shows too. There are some other shows that you can listen to as well, family. So make sure you tapping in and that you staying up to date. And y'all share, y'all inbox me. Big shout out to the people that do inbox me and they say, hey, I want to talk about this. So if there is something you want to talk about on the show, or if there is a situation you want me to bring up on the show, definitely bring that to the forefront, right? So today, right? Today or tonight, whatever time it is where you are, we are going to be we're going to bring out something that is kind of like an addiction, right? Because it's like you can have so many addictions. You're just not going to have one addiction. You can have many addiction, and people think addiction is singled out to drugs, right? But it doesn't just single out to drugs. It goes beyond that sometimes. You feel me? Like it's not always about the drugs. Sometimes it's about the things that you're ingesting. So today I'm going somewhere that most people, like I said all the time when y'all on this show, most people are scared to go here. But I'm not scared. So we going here today. Okay? Today we're going. I'm calling truth. I'm calling truth on how most folks feel but never admit it. Like they never admit it. Like we'll say we want peace, right? We want peace, we want peace, we want peace. But a lot of us are emotionally addicted to chaos. We gotta be. We gotta be emotionally addicted to chaos. Addicted to drama, addicted to dysfunction, addicted to the very thing we claim stresses us out. Now, I'm gonna just stop right now. I'm gonna stop right there. We're addicted to the very thing that we say stresses us out, but we're addicted to it. Just let that simmer for just a second. Let that simmer for just 1 second. This episode might sting a little bit, as most of them probably do, because sometimes I do get some inboxes that's kind of like, "Ooh, is you mad? Are you mad or not?" I don't know if you mad or if you really got something to say, but this episode might sting a little bit, but it's going to free somebody. And y'all know me, I'm reach one, teach one. Like if you reach the one, you teach the one. Even if it's 1,000 people in the room, you reach the one, you teach the one, because that one gonna teach somebody else, and then that one gonna teach. It becomes a domino effect. And I love domino effects. If you know me, I love it. Like when things go the way they're supposed to go, and they just do. That's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thing. But let's be real. For many people, chaos feels like home. It feels like home. It feels good. Without the chaos, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't think I could do this. Yeah, I need that I need a little bit of drama, a little bit of drama. I need that little bit of excitement in my life. And a lot of people be feeling like that, but they don't want to be honest about how they feel because they're like, ooh, somebody gonna say something about me. So no, I need you to be yourself. I need you to be who you are. If you like drama, say that so we know you like drama. So that we understand. And then people can pick and choose if they want to be around that because some people really don't like drama. But let's break it down though. Let's break it down. They say growing up in a loud household, always watching arguments, trauma normalized, love mixed with pain, silence feels weird, calm feelings feel uncomfortable. Is that you? Is that you? Because y'all know I'm going to give it to you and then I'm going to give you a way out. Because if you give it to somebody, you have to give them a way out as well. You can't just give somebody something and don't give them a way to escape. Because that's the important thing is being able to escape. So now as an adult, peace feels boring. And I hear people say that all the time. They like, man, I'm bored. Well, what you doing? I ain't doing nothing. Well, what you want to do? I don't want to do nothing. Now I'm just staring at them. Like this conversation was pointless. You just wasted 2.6 seconds of my breath. Because just because you're at peace, you feel bored. You feel like I don't want to be in this boring space. Why not? Why not? A healthy relationship feels suspicious. Every time you get into a healthy relationship, you're like, I know they doing something. I know, I just know, I feel it in my spirit. I feel it in my bones. And then you start calling people like, you know what? I was sitting here watching TV and I saw that he took his phone and he put it upside down, then he flipped it back, and then he put it upside again, then he flipped it back. What he doing? I don't know, probably flipping his phone because he's so nervous that you think he gonna cheat on him. That you think he cheating on you. So that's probably what he doing. Just trying to like make sure everything on the up and up so then nothing don't be, off between y'all. Or a woman that's constantly explaining, "Oh, I was doing this and I was doing that." Yeah, that happens. Consistency feels strange. I never thought that I would hear one day that somebody feel like being consistent is like, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to being consistent. I'm not used to being on top of things. I'm not used to that. What? Because I need consistency in everything and everyone. But I need consistency. Quiet feels dangerous. Sometimes people will be like, it's too quiet in here. I got to do something. Y'all make some noise. Turn on the TV. Somebody move around. Rattle the chip bag. Like everybody is feeling like they have to be doing something all the time. That's not because peace is wrong. It's because chaos feels familiar. You got to be doing something. You got to be involved in something. Something got to be happening in your life. You got to be something got to be turning you up and making you feel good and making you feel this and making you feel that. That dopamine is a drug. It becomes a drug. Cause I got to have this intense feeling. I can't just sit in peace and sit to myself and just be quiet for a second and listen to my own inner. I can't listen to my peace because I'm just like, oh no. I don't know how that feel. I don't know what that's gonna feel like. I don't understand what's happening. It's too quiet. It's too many. At what point do we stop? At what point do we stop? How people accidentally create chaos. Because some of us don't realize like we be creating chaos. Like we create the chaos in our life. We create all these different things. One big thing is like not being able to say no. You getting frustrated because people are always constantly asking you something or asking you to do something or borrowing something from you. Guess what? Because you ain't never say no. You ain't never said no. I can't. Nope. I won't. Nope. I will not. Nope. I don't want to do that. Nope. You never said it. You never said it. And this might be a trigger point for some people. Let's talk about the ways we create the chaos and we claim we don't want it. Sometimes I watch people, like I just watch people, and I'm a people watcher, like I'm a people watcher. And I watch people be in like a calm state. Like they'll be in a calm state. They'll be in a calm state and just sitting there, nothing going on. And somebody will come and they'll just like start something with them. Or they'll just want to strike up a conversation. That person wanted to be in a calm state too, but you done came over there interrupting their peace. At what point? Even when you think about little kids, like you could think about kids sitting down, you got a calm child and then you got a loud child. I used to have two calm children, but I don't have that anymore. So I have sometimes like they'll separate one person to be in the room, one person to be in the living room, one person might be in my room, something crazy like that, and they just calm. But one of them is like, wait a minute, it's too quiet. I got to find out what my brother is so I can mess with him. Kids do that. So are you okay? All right. Kids do that. Kids do that. They're not able to sit in that silence and we'll create different things in our life. You could do things like you could pick emotionally unstable partners because stability feels unfamiliar. And it makes me think back to somebody I was dating before. And I remember like it was a vibe. Like it was a complete vibe. It was a vibe. Then all of a sudden it was like it wasn't a vibe no more. It wasn't a goodbye. It wasn't a you did this wrong. It wasn't a nothing. It was just like ended. And then when it happened to me, I was like so confused, like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Still kind of like processing, like, did I do something wrong? Did something happen? Did I say something? But then I started to watch that person because we remained friends. But I started to watch them after we got through whatever happened. But after that, we was back just being cool. But as I started to watch them, I realized like, oh, this a pattern. This is what you do. It had nothing to do with me. This is just what you do. And as a friend, I remember I had to go to them and say, listen, this what I'm noticing. And they didn't notice. They was like, what? No. And then they started noticing, like, wait, how it's a pattern. You pick emotionally unstable partners because stability feels unfamiliar. So when you get somebody in your life and they stable and they strong and they supporting you and they helping you, you back off or you get afraid of them or you don't want to get closer to them because you feel like, oh, I'm not used to this. I'm not used to nobody showing up for me. I'm not used to somebody really caring about me. I'm not used to not really using me or who want to protect me. I'm not used to those things. And so wait, I need to go back to them people that I'm used to because I don't feel comfortable. I feel a little uncomfortable in this space. And so you start doing like you start creating that chaos. You don't know how to accept love without a fight. And I know there's some people in the world that can raise their hands because they've been in an abusive relationship or the abuser in relationship or they both abuse each other. Like they've been doing that for years because that thing seems normal. It seems right to do. But is it right to do? Number 2, you sabotage peaceful moments by overthinking. And how many of us in this world, like, we get caught up in thinking? We be thinking all this stuff. We be like having all these scenarios in our head. We be making stuff up. We be like talking out loud and like, this really happened. This what I'm gonna say when she say this. This what I'm gonna say when he say this. This what I'm gonna say when auntie say this. Oh, if grandma say this, if mama say this to me. We just making stuff up in our head and people don't even think about that stuff. They literally don't. Just be making just any kind of anything up in their head. And I know people do it because people do it to me all the time. They're like, "Oh, well, you was looking like how I was looking like I felt." I was looking like, "What?" Oh, because I was just well, I said before I got resting bitch face. I do. I just look like this. I'm a thinker. Most times I don't even know what's going on around me. I be like, people be doing stuff and I be like, "Oh, what happened?" Because I'm a thinker. So I probably was looking like I was thinking, but that overthinking will make you feel like something is happening. And my question is all the time, how come we just don't ask? You okay? You feel some type of way about XYZ thing? Because the person will probably be like, what? No. What are you talking about? Now you like, I don't believe them. They did feel some type of way. Stop overthinking. If somebody say that's what it is, that's what it is. And if that's not what it is, oh well. They didn't want to address the situation with you, and that's okay. That's okay. Maybe it wasn't a big deal. Maybe they was trying to like go inside and be like, okay, is this me? Should I be feeling like this? Should I be thinking like this? Should this really be happening with them? Like sometimes people want to go in before they go out, but we'll overthink them into a situation that they had no clue was happening. We will do that. You can't just enjoy a good day. You have to look for the wrong in what's going on. Sometimes there's nothing wrong. Sometimes everything is okay. Nothing's wrong. Everything is okay. Maybe somebody call you and they like, "Hey, where you at?" Well, and I'm like this too because I'm not gonna really tell too much information about where I'm at because I don't know what you want. But hey, where you at? Oh, I'm down here in St. Pete. Oh, okay. Well, what you doing? Oh, well, what's up? What you need? You need something? You okay? You got to counter them with that. You have to counter them with that. If you feeling like, oh wait, what's up? What's happening? We do that. You confuse attention with love. And I just got done talking to a group of teenage girls about confusing attention with love. Cause this how we get in stuck spaces is that someone shows us attention and it may be friendly attention. Friendly attention meaning like, hey, I'm just being friendly. I'm just being nice. But you confuse that with, oh, they want me. Oh, they in love with me. Oh, they really attractive. Maybe it's just a little bit of attention. Maybe it's just something that they see in you and they see like, man, you kind of sad, you kind of down. Let me bring up your spirits. It doesn't necessarily have to be love because I'm showing you attention. And I feel like this happens a lot is how people get into situations or other people get forced into situations because they're like, oh man, I don't want to be mean, but this is what's happening. And I'm trying to be nice. And now all of a sudden I done been nice and now I'm in a 6-year relationship where I'm getting beat up. Attention is not always love. You think chaos means passion. If we don't argue, fuss, and fight, you don't love me. If you not trying to run me over with the car, you don't love me. That's crazy. That's crazy. If you ain't calling me 1,000 times when I don't answer my phone, you don't love me. Is that true? I don't think so. We confusing the two. I think that people need freedom in relationships. If you say we in a relationship and we together, we adults, we should know that. And we should act accordingly. I shouldn't have to tell you how to act, and you shouldn't have to tell me how to act. And that's what it should be. And at some point, if you have to say something to me, you say it with love instead of like busting me upside my head or getting angry with me because of I don't know what. At some point, you have to do that. You have to go into that space at some point. But we think that you ain't passionate about me unless you, like unless you tear my head up. You don't care unless you being rude to me. We have to stop getting into those spaces like that where we create that chaos for our life. Because if you really want peace, then you really want peace. I saw a video today with Plies. I thought it was really nice. I shared it to my TikTok. And so he was saying in there, like, he was like, listen, I want peace. He said, I don't care about no BBL. I don't care about no face. All I want is peace. And if somebody come into my life and they disturb my peace, they could go. Sounds good to me. Because all I want is peace. Instead of creating the chaos in your life. You start arguments when things get too calm. When things get too calm, you start arguments. Why is that? Now all of a sudden you mad about something. What is you mad about? Nothing. It's just too calm. It's too peaceful. So I got to start something to be able to feel validated for what? For being quiet? Just sit down and be quiet. Do you want peace or you don't want peace? You have to pick one. You want chaos, you want drama, then you need to find you a space where people want the same thing. Because chaos has become your comfort zone. It has become your addiction. You are not addicted to the person, you're addicted to the emotional roller coaster that they provide. That's it. And when you really sit back and you think about it, you be like, I don't even really like him or her for real anyway. Because I can remember being young. And I remember being in chaotic situations with chaotic dudes and thinking like, do I really like him for real? Or thinking back now like, why I was talking to him? What made me talk to him? Because his life was chaotic when I met him. Her life was chaotic when you met her. I talk to people all the time about struggle love. It's not your job to come into somebody's life and change them and change their situation. Their situation need to be changed when they come with you. So when y'all come together, y'all can blow. You waste more time trying to change somebody when you already where you need to be. If they don't want to level up, then you got to go. And at what point do we learn that? At what point do we say, you know what? I'm tired of all this back and forth. I'm tired of know why I'm going in this direction, but this gonna help somebody because this ain't the direction I was going in. But I'm tired of like all the back and forth. We rise together. And if they need your support, they need your help, assistance, yes. But if you got it out the mud, why they can't? If you push through, why they can't push through? Because when they look back and they see what they did and they see that you was one of their biggest, because they're gonna be their first cheerleader, but you was one of their biggest cheerleaders telling them like you could do this. That means they can when they do it themselves, that means they can maintain that thing. They can maintain it with or without you. Because a lot of times we'll be like creating chaos and mess and we'll get into these messy situations with people and we'll be talking about, oh, I love her so much. I love him so much. But we be wanting them to be dependent on us. Are y'all okay? That ain't love. At no point. That is not love. If you love that person, let them grow. Let them grow. Be there to support. Be there to talk. Be there to assist in the times that assistance is needed. Because what happens when you grow, when you go? You done left a newborn baby that can't do anything for themselves. I done said a million times, sometimes people say I'm not the conventional parent, and I'm not. I'm not the conventional parent at all. I realize that the older I get, I'm not the conventional parent. But the one thing that I always wanted to do is I wanted to set my children up to survive without me, because I don't know when my day gonna come. But when my day does, I can rest assured that once they get through the grief and once they realize, like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, at 18, at 15, 16 years old, my mama had us grocery shopping for ourselves. She give us a buggy. She tell us, here go your budget, get you some food. She make us fill out our doctor paperwork by ourselves. I don't fill out no doctor paperwork. I'm not going, saying nothing. I'm finna sit there. I'm the parent. Because you should know what's going on with you. You got to be able to talk. We create this chaos and we create all of these things in our life because we not thinking. We just following trends. We just doing what the music tell us to do, doing what the big creators telling us to do. We doing what the government telling us to do. At what point do you start thinking for yourself? At what point do you start thinking for yourself? At what point do you start creating a path for yourself? At what point do you stop laying in the bed and creating this chaotic world in your head and say, I need to get up and I need to get my stuff together? I'm not going to be dependent on this chaoticness that's going on. I said I want peace. So how am I going to establish peace? How am I going to establish peace? Because when you start being at peace, baby, peace is wonderful. I'm not telling you don't go through struggles, but peace is wonderful. Because nobody go mess with my peace. And I mean, absolutely nobody, not my mama, not my children, or my churn, because that's what I say, not my churn, not one person, not nobody that I love, not no cousins, not nobody. Sometimes you have to shut down everything and say like, And people who know me and they know me good, they know I will be sending out a message like, hey, I ain't talking to people this week. Y'all got it. Because y'all starting to mess with my peace. And I know that sometimes people are in turmoil in their mind. They wake up in turmoil. And I get that. And I get that, sometimes people have to take medications not to feel that turmoil or not to feel that pain or that frustration or, not to overthink. And I get all of that. I get all of that. I do. I'm not a big component of medication. Y'all know that. I'm holistic. I'm just not a big component of medication. But if you have to, you have to. Get up and do some exercise and find out how I can create a peaceful life. What do I need to do financially, mentally, physically, emotionally to create a peaceful life for myself? I'm gonna do a story time though. I'm gonna do a story time. I'm probably gonna do it on TikTok. Definitely, probably not gonna do it on the show, but I'm definitely because this probably be too long of a segment to do. But I am gonna do a story time about how just recently somebody tried to mess with my peace. And for a second, that y'all know that song. Oh my God, I remember Sister Jackie used to sing this song, and I hope she look at this podcast. And Sister Jackie, I'm talking about you. But I remember Sister Jackie used to sing this song. She used to stand up all the time when we used to go to dang, New Life, and she used to be like, "The devil thought he had me." Y'all, when I say somebody tried to mess with my like soul, like, oh. But at the same time, I was glad they tried to create chaos in my life, but I was glad that they did it at the end of the day. And I was glad because they made me pay attention to everybody else that was trying to create chaos. Because of them, because of the chaos that they tried to create into my life, this young lady tried to create in my life. Because of the chaos she tried to create in my life, I cut. No, because if you, a person that I didn't know for a long time, tried to come in and create chaos, I know this person finna try. I know this person finna try. Oh, I definitely know you finna try. And you have to learn how to stand on business about your peace. And that goes with anybody. You have to learn how to stand on business about your peace. Chaos releases adrenaline. It releases cortisol. It triggers your nervous system. It gives your brain something to solve. Some people don't feel alive unless something is going wrong in their life. When people say this, they know I correct them. They'll be like, everything was going good. I just know something. Everything going good. I just know something gonna happen. Why we feel like that? I don't even be thinking about stuff like that. I'll be like, everything going good. It better keep going good. It better stay like this. Not even thinking about like like sometimes when you're intentionally living, you're just living in that moment. I ain't really thinking about what's happening in the next 5 seconds because you never know what's gonna happen. But right now, I'm enjoying this. Some people don't feel alive, like I said, unless something happening. Drama becomes stimulation. Silence feels empty. Peace feels unfamiliar. Healing feels uncomfortable. Happiness feels undeserved. Undeserved. Your happiness feels like you don't deserve it. Why? Ask yourself, what makes me feel like I don't deserve happiness? Chaos also becomes like a coping mechanism, like you're coping. It becomes your identity. It becomes your personality. You know how somebody be like, this person always start a mess. Boy, they finna start something. We know they finna start something. We know they finna do this. We know this finna happen. We know this, that, and the other is finna go down. We know because this person always bringing drama. Why you want to be that person? What makes you wake up and say, I'm just finna start some mess? And people do that. They wake up, they get right on their phone and they start some mess. They done been sleeping, had a dream and think it's reality. And get up and start some mess. It becomes your personality. It becomes your home. If one or two things not happening, you not happy. You don't feel complete if you go through one day having peace, being secure, feeling love, feeling like you deserve. Ask yourself why. Where did you learn that love must hurt in order for it to be real? Where did you learn that peace must be earned? I ain't earning no peace, I'm creating it. Not earning peace. Because you create your atmosphere, your environment. You allowed to tell people like no. You allowed to break contact. People like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. First session. I can't do that. Mr. Marshall, I can't cut that person off. Okay. Okay. Next session. Mr. Marshall, you sure? Now I'm just looking out the window. Mr. That doesn't mean you don't love them. That means that you are not in a peaceful state, that you're creating chaos in my life. in my life. I've known someone for 5 years and all they did was create chaos every time. Ooh, every time. Every time without a shadow of a doubt, baby. I was gonna be nice and they was gonna come back and they was gonna create chaos. Be nice, they was gonna come back, they was gonna create. Guess what I did? I woke up one morning and sometimes I wake up like this. I woke up one morning and I said, absolutely not. The message I seen was a message from them and it was chaos. I didn't respond. I didn't do anything. I said block, delete the number, delete the name. Ain't got time. And sometimes you have to be that way. Sometimes you have to be that way. You have to cut it. I remember we used to be taught in school is that you have to teach people how to treat you. Now you have to, but first you have to teach yourself how to treat you. Because sometimes we be the drama, we be the mess, we be the chaos, we be the confusion. Sometimes we are. But you have to teach yourself, I am not going to be the chaos in my life. You're uncomfortable with things when things go right. It's like you waited on your downfall. You choose patterns that, like partners who will drain you. You mistake emotional instability for chemistry. Y'all seen that video when it might have been a movie or something. I can't remember right now, but it was either a video or a movie. And this man just walks into the office and they do this a lot in videos and movies and stuff. He just walk into the office and then he just knock everything off the desk. They say one thing, he just knock everything off the desk. Sometimes I want to do that to people. I want to do that to people because I'm thinking like, wait a minute now. You mean to tell me you waiting on your own downfall? This can't be real. What's going on? Why do you feel like you are a failure? You mean to tell me that on the very first date you went out with this person, they cussed you out, screamed at you, and left you. And then they called and they apologized and they sent you a cash app. And you okay with that? Okay. So you mean to tell me this person done lied and started confusion and used you, and you okay with that? You love them so much that you gonna put up with all of that and you ain't gonna do nothing about it. The blank stuff. Again, the blank stuff. You start problems to feel connected. You don't feel no connection. You don't feel no love. You don't feel nothing because you're so used to chaos and everybody around you is being peaceful. So you'll just start an argument. I heard somebody say today, they was like, if you wake up in the morning and somebody asks you a question, and the first thing you do is lie or start some mess, they said right out, they was like, you are evil. That ain't what I said. I'm gonna say you need to fix yourself. If you start to feel, if you feel comfortable when there's problems, when there's arguments, that feels like you getting attention, something is going on. And you have to fix that. That's not gonna bring you the peace you say you want. That's not gonna bring you the real love you say you want. That's not gonna bring you the change and the desire and the strength. It's not gonna bring you any of those things. You create emergency after emergency. It's always a chaotic moment. You can be able to you telling me like, okay, well, I need to get a job. 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 I need to make some money. I need to make some money. I'm one of them people. When you tell me something like that, I'm gonna send you 1,000 jobs. Apply for one. You tell me you need to make some money, I'm gonna give you 50 money making opportunities. Do one. But sometimes people are asleep on it. And you know what I say? They don't want no job, baby. They ain't trying to make no money for real. And I be like, I'm gonna invest with you. I'm gonna do it with you. Just to help you get started. I'm gonna support you in it. Uh-uh. Do you need a resume? I'll help you do the resume. They don't want it. And that's okay. Cause then I gather, okay, you just like being in chaos. You like the drama. You like the lack of ability and strength, and you like that. Okay, you stay right there. I'm finna go the other way. You don't know how to receive a calm energy. You don't trust it. When somebody being calm and supportive and helping you and loving and all that, you don't like that. Cause what you want? What you finna do? How you gonna take advantage of me? How? The blank stuff. Sometimes people come into your life and they have good intentions, but because of your negativity and because of your need for chaos, everything that they do, you will try to perceive as something chaotic or negative or bad. It ain't them, it's you. It's you. Peace isn't foreign, it's just unfamiliar. And if you say you want peace, then you have to get more familiar with peace, right? It's the truth, whether people want to admit it or not. We'll scream and scream and scream about how we want peace and we want clarity and we want love and we want this and we want to be rich and we want to be. People don't even want to work and they want to be rich. How you gonna be rich? You okay? I know what you're doing. You taking a chance because you're gonna keep playing that lottery till you get there. Oh yeah, you're gonna keep hustling backwards till you get there. Okay, and that's your choice. Nobody can make a choice for you. You make your own choices. But sometimes people be coming into y'all life and they be trying to support and help and do this and do that and be there for you and love you and teach you, and you be running right back to the chaos because you're addicted to chaos. Healing isn't just about removing toxic people. Healing is about removing the version of you that keeps choosing them. I'm gonna say it again. Healing isn't just about removing toxic people. Healing is about removing the version of you that keeps choosing those people, that keeps choosing those situations. Admit that peace feels uncomfortable to you. Admit it. Awareness is the first step. Once you become aware, that's the first step into your transition into a new you. Say to yourself, peace feels uncomfortable to me. Sit with stillness sometimes. 5 minutes of silence a day will reveal what you've been running from. 5 minutes of complete silence. It'll reveal what you've been running from. Stop entertaining people who communicate in conflict. You don't get too many times with me with this. If I'm communicating to you and I'm asking you, because I have this little thing where I be like, you understand? You understand? You get what I'm saying? I keep doing that. And sometimes people be like, stop doing that. And I can't because I got to make sure you understand. But if every time I try to communicate with you, it's a conflict, I ain't on that. I just won't talk. You have to fix you. I can't fix you. You have to want to be fixed. You have to want to change that conflict. And a lot of times it's perception because so many people have been ungenuine and unloving and unconcerned. And you have been that way to yourself and to others. You think the whole world work like that. We don't. We don't. But some people will stick around and they'll let you continue to abuse them. But they say, not I said the fly or something like that. Y'all remember that? Not I said the bumblebee or something. I forget, but I remember a little bit. Stop entertaining people who communicate in conflict. People walk into buildings and you say, hey, how you doing? They don't say nothing. They just give you an ugly step. Baby, that's the last time I'm going to say hello. That's the last time. Because I ain't did nothing to you. You mad about something that has nothing to do with me. Sometimes I'm frustrated. I'm angry. The last like month or so, I could have everything, the whole world. Just y'all ever see those movies where them women be like taking them grenade things off and they just be throwing them? That's how I felt. I wanted to revert back to the old me. And I had to fight demons every single day not to. Because ain't nobody gonna take me back to the angry, frustrated. Nobody not taking me back though. Because people forget, that I'm quiet, but I'm gonna set it off. I used to. I ain't gonna say much, but if you want it, you could get it. I'm not gonna say nothing. And I'm gonna try to diffuse the situation and be calm. But after that, it is no calming. So I had to learn how to control myself during that time. But I still spoke to people. I was still genuine with people who had nothing to do with what somebody else was trying to do. It didn't change me. It didn't change me. Some people, and now that I'm bringing it up, some people probably didn't even know I was feeling that way because I still treated them like human. They not the person who did the thing to me. Somebody else did it. So why I got to change up on them because of something somebody else is doing? And I was upset with myself. I was upset with myself that I allowed somebody to do that. Being nice. And no, I don't be with that. Uh-uh. I don't be with a whole bunch of stuff. Because I'm avoiding conflict and drama at all costs. I have nothing against having homegirls or anything like that. I love my sisters. I love my friends that I do have. But sometimes you invite new people in and baby, they don't be on the same level. And I see it. But because I know my sister's like, this our friend. This my friend. Okay. All right, I'm gonna be nice. But I ain't feeling that. And it'll turn around and burn you. It will turn around and burn you. So stop entertaining people who communicate in conflict. Rewire your nervous system. Breathing, grounding, sound healing, going to the water, just sit there and listen. I don't know. Sometimes I like to just sit by. Sometimes I like to just sit by the highway and listen to the cars. It's a repetitive thing just going by. I'm just thinking. Redefine like what love. Redefine love is not stress. It's not fear. It's not anxiety. It's not guessing. That's not love. Learn that peace has a frequency. And once you get used to it, you will never let chaos back through those doors. I promise you. Once I realized that I can have peace, baby, y'all, what? Who? Cousin who? Auntie what? What? You gonna keep bringing drama into my life and I'm still trying to love? Nah, baby, you could go. I'm good. And it might seem harsh to some people. It might seem mean to some people. But why I gotta keep being a punching bag for the stuff that you need to fix in your life? Fix it and then come back. I ain't even asking you for an apology. I'm just saying fix that. Because if I'm gonna be consistently the same person to you, I need you to be consistently the same person to me. Learn that peace has a frequency. And once you get used to it, you will never, I promise you, you will never, once you start being comfortable saying no, nope, delete, block, nope, I'm cutting that off. Hey, no, thank you. I'm sorry that you feel that way. I apologize if you feel like my behavior wasn't acceptable. You'll start living your life in peace. You'll be able to focus on your goals. You'll be able to take it to the next level and be able to have something. You will be able to have something. And that's what's important. Is being able to have something and being able to live your life without chaos. If you say, I want peace, then have peace because you can have it. You can 100% have it. You don't have to be addicted to chaos. You don't have to be addicted to allowing people who are in a chaotic situation to come into your life and cause chaos. Absolutely not. Because if you think about it, right, you will be good. You know, like you'll be on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm on top of the world, Craig. You feel me? You'll be on top of the world and somebody will come in and they'll just snatch everything from you. Everything that y'all. When I tell this story on TikTok, baby, because I'm doing the story time. I'm talking about years of building some years. And the truth of the matter is, I was more frustrated with myself. I was more frustrated with myself because everything in me told me this person is not right. But sometimes I be loving the people that's close to me. And so I be trusting what they say. And ain't no shade towards them because I still love them and I'm still going to trust what they say. But I knew in my spirit, this person wasn't right. I seen it and I felt it. But on the other end, I had to go through that. And sometimes you have to go through it because it's other stuff that, it's other stuff that God trying to get you to see. That one situation brought a whole bunch of stuff out. Like, ooh, yeah, you got to go, baby. Because see, because I see now I'm straight on that. Because what sometimes you get a little blinded. You get a little blinded. You get a little blinded by the things that's happening in your life. Sometimes I'm on go, like I'm because I'm like a little robot sometimes. And sometimes it's people around me and I'm not really paying attention to them. And not in a negative connotation. I'm just not paying attention to, because I expect everybody to know that if I'm giving off love, I need you to give off love too. You hear me? If I'm showing you respect and loyalty, I need that back. And sometimes people get between the little cracks, but it ain't that long. But this person got in. They got in. And they constantly was creating like little chaos here, like things that I don't handle business like that. It breathes in peace. At all. I don't know how other people handle business, but I don't handle business like that. Because every day I wake up, I know I got something to do. Whether it's take care of my children, whether it's take care of my bills. So when people stepping into your life and they trying to create chaos, you got to cut them. And sometimes when they might get through the cracks, I promise you. Because it's been a long time, y'all. It's been a long time since somebody got through them cracks. Because, baby, I'm like Fort Knox. Absolutely not. That way. I don't create chaos in people's life, and I don't appreciate them coming into mine creating it. So pay attention. Pay attention. If you really want peace, ain't nobody gonna be able to come into your life and tear nothing down. Not you, not nothing that you built, not your children, not relationship, not nothing. If peace is what you really want. Y'all know I love y'all. I love y'all. Again, tap in 101.5 Indie Radio every Tuesday at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. If you got something you want to talk about, y'all welcome on the show. If you have something you want me to talk about, message me, Zipmouth Motivation on every platform. Or Zipmouth21. Or I think one of them, Demasha. Y'all know I'm a little crazy. Demasha K. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I know for the ones who really want peace, y'all can have peace. Just cut them. Just cut them.
Thank you for tuning in to the Zipmouth Motivation Show.
Hey, Zipmouth, let's get it. Let's talk to each other. Elevate, divine state. Let's boost each other. Conversate, no matter debate. We learning something to stimulate a greater state. Now ain't that something? Got it covered like gravy. The smothered chicken. The intellectual driven by streams and pathways to uplift. What seeing life different becomes the way of life. Finding your inner peace and shining like beacons through the motivation. Get you moving to go and discover new things. Zipmouth, the doors wide open. Let's elevate the game. Stimulate the brain with ways to build bridges and live some better days. Motivation, that's all I'm saying. With Zipmouth.
Thank you for tuning in to the Zipmouth Motivation Show.